What I love about selling on the Amazon platform is that it is changing the everyday lives of average people like you and me. And the coolest part is you don't have to have any business background at all to get started, because I certainly know that coming into it, I knew nothing about business. However, the act of actually getting started and selling on Amazon is actually a complex learning process. But I get that not everybody has 45 minutes to just watch a basic introduction of what Amazon FBA actually is. So in this video, I broke it down as simply as possible for anyone who maybe you don't even know that you can sell on Amazon until now, so that in 5 steps, you'll feel comfortable in learning what Amazon FBA is and how you can get started today. These 5 steps are super easy, but when you're trying to learn for the first time and you don't know where to get the information from, it can take a long time to process. Me personally, it took me months to learn just these 5 steps. But I've consolidated it as easily as possible so that you can learn them now in this quick video. So if you're ready to start making extra money that could potentially change your entire life, then make sure you watch this entire video, because I'm going to teach you how right now, quick and easy in 5 simple steps. But really quick, here on the ProfitGuru channel, I am here each and every week telling you exactly how you can learn and thrive selling on Amazon FBA. So if you're into that, hit that subscribe button for me. All right, so Amazon FBA stands for Fulfilled by Amazon. That means sellers that are using this model are finding products and then sending them off to the Amazon warehouses. Yes, Amazon charges us more fees to do this, but it is a huge time saver for sellers, because Amazon is going to store all of our products there in the warehouse, and every time a customer purchases and makes that order, they are going to pick it off the shelves, prep it, and send it to the customer. Even better, if there are any issues, if the customer has a complaint or wants a return, we don't have to handle that. Amazon will do that for us if we're using the FBA model. But I think it's important to know that that's not the only model. You also can do FBM, which is merchant fulfilling. That means you're going to keep all of your products, and every time somebody orders, it's up to you to handle prepping it, shipping it out, and dealing with the customers. However, what we encourage, and what most sellers that I know do, is a huge bulk of FBA, sending it to the warehouse. So step number 1, the very first thing that you need to know is that there are different models you can use for selling and finding your products. The first one, and the easiest one, is called doing arbitrage. And this basically means the fine art of reselling. Basically, you're finding products that already exist on shelves like Target and Walmart, Dollar General, anywhere you can buy products. You're noticing a difference between the price you can buy it for and the price that it is going for on Amazon. So you buy those products, list them into your Amazon account, and then send them off to the warehouse to start selling. Very easy model for beginners to get into. And you can start doing arbitrage with whatever money you have available. When I got started, my first shipment I sent out, I only invested maybe $200 into. So you don't need a lot of cash up front to start arbitrage, and I think that is where most sellers like to come in and get their toes wet. It's generally a safe model and not a huge investment up front, but it's very scalable. The second model is doing wholesale. With wholesale, you're establishing accounts with different brands and distributors. And what you will do is buy in bulk. So you're going to receive a discount because you're buying such a high volume of units. You'll typically want $1,000 to $2,000 to get started, and you'll also need some business credentials to do so. But what's cool with wholesale is that there are listings that already exist for these products, so you can just jump onto those listings. However, if you want to make a lot of opportunity for yourself, you can start bundling together different products from your different wholesale accounts and creating bundles on Amazon by coming up with new listings. If you're super new to selling on Amazon, that might sound a little complex, but once you're ready for that, I do have a lot of video content on my channel teaching you how to do Amazon bundles. And then the third selling model is called private label. Now with this one, you're thinking of either new products altogether, or taking a product that does exist, but figuring out how can I modify this and make it better. So you're going to have to find your own manufacturer for this product, and you'll also need your own brand and trademark to put on the product. As you can see, this is definitely a longer process, more risk, and it does take a larger investment. I see people spend between $5,000 up to $20,000 on one private labeled product alone. Can it be a very lucrative model? Absolutely, but it can also be risky. You might invest thousands of dollars into a product that you think is definitely going to sell, and the customers might not respond well to it. now you're stuck with all of these units. So doing private label is definitely a model that you're going to have more knowledge about selling and research before you jump into that. That's why I definitely recommend either starting off with wholesale or preferably arbitrage, because you can literally start doing arbitrage right now after you watch this video. So now that you understand step number 1 and the 3 different models, now it's time for step number 2. And this is when you should be setting up your Amazon seller account.
To sign up for your account, all you need to do is go to sell.amazon.com. A lot of sellers feel intimidated to want to pay for a selling account before they actually have the products to sell. But what I'm telling you is you just need to sign up for the account. Once you understand the 3 different models and now you're thinking about which model you want to do, it's time to just set up your account so that you can start playing with your dashboard. And having that account set up is definitely going to give you motivation to find your products. So don't sit on this step. Go ahead and get that selling account established. Now, once you have your account, you're going to be able to go into it and go to something called the Seller University. Literally everything that you need to know to sell on Amazon, they have it there in the university, and there are tons of videos for you to watch. It's basically like a free beginner's course. So the very minute you have that account set up, go into that university. Now let's check out real quick the different plans. They're going to have something called an individual plan, and then they're going to have a professional selling plan. As you can see, the individual plan, they're not going to charge you a monthly fee, but what they do is charge you 99 cents for every item that you sell, plus all of the different fun Amazon fees on top of that. So if you're planning on selling at least 40 products a month anyways, then it's going to be cheaper to just go with the professional plan. And with this, you're paying $39.99 each month to have that professional selling account. But if you check out the overview right here, there are going to be so many more features that you will have access to with the professional account that you won't with the individual account. So I definitely recommend to just sign up with a professional plan. However, you don't get locked into the plan you sign up for. For example, if you decide, I don't really know, I think I'll just start with the individual, and then you realize, okay, I do need that professional plan, you can change your plan. You're not stuck with the individual just because you started with that. So you will need some documents in order to register for your account. And the first thing is your bank account information. So you will need your bank account number, your bank's routing number, and they typically ask you to upload a statement from the bank. Now, some people get a little sketched out doing this, but it's because Amazon is super safe. They're a platform where they take stuff very seriously. They want their customers to have the best experience, and in order to give them that, they need to make sure the people who they are allowing to sell on their platform are not scammers and they are who they say they are. So along with that, you're also going to need a credit card to put on file, and that's to cover any charges. For example, your monthly fee of $39.99, so they can charge you that. Then if you don't have enough money in your reserves, they're going to charge if you have any like refunds or returns that you don't have the money in there to cover, they'll have to charge it on there. So that's why you have to have that credit card on file. You'll need a government issued ID, your tax information, and a phone number. Sometimes they might also ask you for a utility bill in order to verify your address. They might also send a piece of mail to your house to verify your address. And they might ask you to do a live call with somebody from Amazon where they will just verify you are who you say you are. Super quick and easy. They'll check all your documents you uploaded to see if they're correct, tell you if anything needs to be changed or redone, and they'll have you hold your government ID right beside you so they can compare your face that they're looking at and the picture on the ID to make sure you are who you say you are. And that's it. It's as easy as that to start your Amazon seller account.
Now that your selling account is active, you need some products to sell. So let me show you the basics of how you can start sourcing for products. Basically, the different ways that you're going to be able to find products if you're doing arbitrage or wholesale is you are going to do, number 1, retail arbitrage. That means you are physically going to go into the stores like Walmart, and all you need to bring with you is your smartphone so that you can download the Amazon seller app. From this app, you're going to be able to scan the products. They're going to come right up into your phone, and you can see how much they're selling for on Amazon so you know if it's a good product to purchase. Super easy. Go into the store, spend a couple hours just scanning every barcode you can find. And this is exactly what I personally did to get started. First place that I went to was Ollie's Bargain Outlet. I was in there for maybe 2 hours and I scanned hundreds of products. And that's what you have to do in the beginning to figure out where you're ungated. Which categories and brands does Amazon allow you to sell right out of the gate? So here's an example of what I mean when I say scan the barcode. You're going to open up your seller app and you're going to scan right here. Then you'll see all of the listings pop up and you'll choose the one for the product that you're trying to find the data on. This sourcing model is definitely for the patient people because you can be sourcing and scanning for hours and only find a couple of good products to sell. And that was my case, but I cannot tell you how excited I was to find that first product. I still remember what it was. It was a 4-pack of Cambridge notebooks. I purchased it, I think it was around $7.99, and it was selling for around $25 on Amazon. That was the first product that I found and purchased, and ironically, I sent it in with a box full of other products that I also found doing this same style, and those notebooks were the first sale that I made. And it was such an exciting feeling. That first sale, you definitely don't forget. But if you're not the type of person that wants to do retail arbitrage and go into the stores and scan for hours, that's okay because you can also do online arbitrage. Basically, it's the same thing. You're still looking through stores' websites that exist already, and you're cross-referencing those products from the store's website onto Amazon to see if there is enough price gap to make you some profit. Let me show you how I do that.
Now, there are a ton of different paid softwares that you can use to help you with online arbitrage to better find products to resell. However, having these different subscription fees, especially in the beginning when you're not finding a lot of products in the beginning to resell, those can definitely eat all of your profits. So be careful with how many things you actually sign up for. An easy way in the beginning to find products online without having to get all of these different softwares is to come right to Amazon and head to the best sellers. Especially as a new seller, you're not going to have a ton of categories that are open and ungated for you to sell in. That's why it's a good idea at first to do some retail arbitrage and go into the stores. You'll be able to scan the products and they'll come up just like this. Pull up the camera just like this in your Amazon seller account, and then you take a picture of the actual product itself, or you can do the barcode, or you can type in the product. But then once the product comes up, you'll be able to click on it and then request approval. That's how you know and find out if you're able to sell in those categories and brands or not. It will come right up and say whether you have permission or not. So once you've done some retail arbitrage and you know which categories are available for you to sell in, come here for your online arbitrage. Now, products like baby, grocery, toys, those are probably going to be gated and not available for you in the beginning. Office products is something that is very likely to be available for you. So let's click here into office. So that's the main category. This is office supplies. Now within this category over here, we can see subcategories. And this is where you're going to want to keep diving into, because these first products that are coming up, these are going to be products that more eyes are on. So there's going to be more sellers on these products and they might be harder to get access to. So let's dig deeper into these subcategories. Let's go into office supplies. And now within that subcategory, we can see even more subcategories. Maybe we'll go into now writing and correction supplies. Now let's dive a little deeper. Let's just go into pens and refills, maybe rollerball pens. So the point is, this is a way that you can see thousands of different products, keep going, diving deeper into those different subcategories to get your eyes on products that aren't as visible. Then what you can do, so that you don't have to buy any other software, is you can just start searching these products into Google. See what comes up into Google Shopping where you can find it for the cheapest price possible. Now, what you want to see ideally is a 3 times difference. So these pens right here are selling for $15.39. That means in order to cover my buying the goods, my cost of goods, my Amazon fees, and then also wanting profit back, I need to be able to get these pens for, let's say, $5 maximum. If I'm paying over $5 and selling them for $15, then the fees are really going to eat all of my profit. So that's how you're going to start finding some online arbitrage products. Dig into those subcategories, take what you find, put it into Google, and see if you can get it for 3 times less than what it's selling for on Amazon. Of course, like I mentioned, there are several different more advanced ways that you can also do online arbitrage to find you even more products. And once you're ready for that, I have tons of sourcing videos on my channel for you. using a wide variety of methods and wide variety of software so you can see exactly what to do and which software and method is best for you. For example, I use ProfitGuru to find my products. I use Seller Amp. I use Keepa. I use Tactical Arbitrage. So all of those different softwares, once you're ready for them, I have the videos to teach you how to use them. But this is a very good way to just get the ball rolling. Now, another way to do it without spending any money is to come to stores where you have access to purchase some products, for example, Walgreens. And I come here each and every single week and I shop the different deals for the week. So let's come here. We have buy one, get one skincare. Let's try that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up another tab, and all of these different products that I'm seeing, I'm going to search them into Amazon to see the going price. So for example, we have a number 7 eye serum, and then search it into Amazon to see if the product is here in the catalog and how much it's going for. If the price is going for 3 times higher than what we can buy it for, then there's probably profit there to be made. So just like doing retail arbitrage, this is definitely a slow game. It is a process and it takes a lot of time. You might put every single product into Amazon that you see on this page, and you might only find 1 or 2 that are profitable. But still, if you're doing that every single day, you're going to start building up a big categories of products that you're reselling. Look through those sales on any website that you have access to, type the product into Amazon and see what it's going for. The key is to see it for 3 times higher than what you're buying it for. Now to find some wholesale. The best thing to do for free is to come to Google. Wholesale suppliers near me. And you're going to see what comes up here for different distributors and wholesale suppliers. You can start regionally. So look what's close to you, and then you can start branching out from there. It's kind of hard to set up your first couple of accounts, but once you get the hang of it, you have your credentials, you learn how to talk to these different brands or distributors, you'll feel more comfortable in doing it, and you'll be able to open up more and more accounts over time. So let's try right here, this candy distributor. Now, I will say this is a pretty easy account to open. However, you have to keep in mind that candy could be considered meltable, and you can't sell things that have a certain heat index and are considered meltable between April to October. But in the off season, when you can sell meltable products, you probably will find profit here. Let's check the personal care. So now what you would do is the same concept. Once you have your wholesale account, you've reached out with the company and opened up your account, you're going to either number 1, have them give you a catalog of all of their products, or number 2, come to their website, take the product and search it into Amazon to see the going rate. Now, I will say the brands that I sell wholesale, I did find them using my ProfitGuru software. So what I do is I come right here to the brands tab and I set some filters. After I put in my filters, then I go through and I look at all of the different brands that are on Amazon. And you can see here, before setting any filters, I have 2,792,969 brands. So a massive data bank of different brands and wholesalers and distributors that you can start working with right here on ProfitGuru. Now, I know I said be careful not to waste too much money on softwares, but annually you can pay $29 a month for ProfitGuru and have access for any sourcing and any analytic data collecting that you need. I can see the brands, how many products they have, if Amazon's on the listing, how many sellers there are, and then once a brand looks good, I have all of their information right here where I can then reach out and establish an account. There's also a products tab where you can go to find some ideas for private label work. And then importantly, you're going to need a good FBA calculator and a sales estimator so that you can put in these products and see, number 1, if they're selling well, and number 2, if after the fees, there's still profit there. So definitely always use a sales estimator and a profit calculator before you invest in the products. And then if you want to venture into those bundles I was talking about earlier, we have a little bundle ideas tab here where you can put in a product and then our software will analyze what goes well with it to form a bundle with. And finally, if you are able to open up a wholesale account and they give you, for example, a CSV file of the catalog, you can input it into the bulk analysis, and that tool will cross-reference that entire catalog to Amazon's catalog and pull the ones that are profitable for you. So you don't have to waste hours of your life manually sourcing that catalog to try and find the profit.
Now that you have some products that can sell, the 4th step is sending them off to the Amazon warehouse. There's a couple of different ways you can do this. You can sign up through a third party like Inventory Lab and input the products that way, or you can do it straight through your Amazon seller account, which is a little bit trickier. And for me personally, I like to use a third-party software because when you upload your inventory into Seller Central, they don't keep track of the cost of goods that you're paying for the actual products. They're only going to keep track of how many sales you have and all of your fees, but not the actual cost of goods that you paid. So you're going to have to keep really good data of that yourself. Unless you're using something like Inventory Lab, that software does keep track of your cost of goods and you can download it very easily. So come tax time, you know exactly how much you spent, all of your sales, all of your fees, and all of your cost of goods, so you know an exact profit that you made.
There's definitely a learning curve to sending your shipments in using the Seller Central dashboard, but once you've done it a couple times, then you will definitely get the hang of it. And they really do a good job at making everything a different step and walking you through it. So once you have your shipment ready to go, it's going to tell you, okay, now it's time to pack the units. It'll show you what you're sending in, how many SKUs there are, how many units there are. Then you'll say if everything's going to fit into one box, you'll click that. Or if you're going to need multiple boxes, then you will choose that one. So once you have everything in the boxes, you've informed them what's in each box, you put in your box content information, then you go into confirm shipping and you do Amazon partnered carrier shipping. So they have reduced prices with partnered shipping. So you'll confirm the shipping price and then you will print out your shipping label, put it right on your box and drop it off. I bring mine right to USPS. Of course, there are a couple more steps in here. You're going to have to do things like weigh your box and input the dimensions for your box here. But overall, it's not too complex of a process. And if you go into your account, you can see that there is going to be a video right here. It says you can go to what is sent to Amazon and see the training video to really get an idea if you're stuck on any of the steps.
Now, the fifth step. I hope so far that this video has been super helpful for you, especially if you're first thinking about selling on Amazon now. I really hope that it has brought some clarity to what it all means and how you can start today. If you found value in this video, do me a huge favor, like this video and leave me a comment down below letting me know what you're most excited about doing first with your Amazon FBA business. Are you going to run to the stores and start doing some retail arbitrage? Are you going to open your computer right up and set up your Amazon seller account? Or are you going to start perusing around online trying to find products doing online arbitrage? I'm always curious to know what you guys are personally doing in your own business. And now for step number 5. The fifth step is to always keep learning and improving. Selling on Amazon is straightforward, but complex at the same time. Things are always changing. There are always new ways that you can be sourcing, different brands you can be looking for, different ideas you can come up with. So this is a game and a business of continual growth. So step number 5 is an important one. Put yourself in that mindset if you're serious about having a really lucrative Amazon business and understand that you need to dedicate as much free time as you can into learning how to improve each and every day. Now get out there, set up that Amazon account, and start finding your products to sell. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I really hope I brought value into your life, and I'll see you in the next video.